Hello guys, how are you? So now we will implement a totally new feature for us, and this will be something which will allow other users to ask us to be their friends, or the feature which can allow users to follow us or to do not allow them to follow us. To do this, we'll have to integrate the switching logic. Okay, let me just guide you through how it will work. Okay, if whatever you will see on the left side of the screen, this is what's gonna happen in the back end, and that one will be happening in our front end inside of app. So we'll have to integrate into our database a one switcher, which will tell us, for example, are we allowing users to follow us, where 1 means yes, it is on, where 0 means no, we're not allowing them. And this information will be received by the application, and based on the result we'll integrate the logic. Let's say if this switcher is on, means if it is 1, then allow users to friend us or enable add friends button. So this is what we're going to do now. Okay, so it is quite simple, and for even for the beginners it could be a little bit difficult, but at the end of this course you will learn a lot of stuff, so it will be a piece of cake for you. Okay, so we will now integrate the switcher. We're going to our Safari, and we're going to phpMyAdmin panel, then we are going to our database, FB for Facebook, then we're going to the users, because it will be the attribute of the every user where he can play with the restrictions. Let's say allow or do not allow. Okay, so I'm going to the structure here. After bio, I will add 2 columns, and I'll click go. Column 1 will be allow underscore friends integer, and the second one will be allow underscore follow. Okay, and we're saving this. We're going to the structure. Okay, so these two new switchers which we have implemented, allow friends and allow follow. If we will switch on inside of our app allowed friends to send us the request, then everyone can send or can try to add us for to be their friends, or at least send a friendship request. If we'll switch off, let's say allow follow, it will be switched off, so no one could follow us. So that is the logic, and that are switchers. Excellent. So guys, since we've implemented these two new features, we have to communicate it to the app. So as you know, there are several protocols which are getting information from this users table, or inserting information into this users table, or updating information in the users table. So we'll have to we'll have to update our PHP protocols. So we're going to our PHP development environment and directly to access.php. The first function I like to start from, it will be insert user, because this is how we register the user. So that is the insert user function. That is the one. Insert public function, insert user. Okay, very good. So these reference variables, or so-called properties or parameters, I'm not gonna touch them. So here, gender after gender equals question mark. Here I will write an SQL statement. First of all, we must agree that any user who just now got registered, by default, the switchers will be on. Let's say it means that he will allow users to add himself as a friend, or he will allow users to follow him. Okay, so these two switchers will be on by default. So whenever the new user is inserted, here after gender, we need to write the exact name of the column, which is allow underscore friends, allow double L underscore friends equals 1 by default, comma, then we have allow underscore follow equals 1. Great. Great. So allow friends and allow follow. Very good. So here we are done. So whenever the user will be inserted, or we will say it just got registered, then by default he's allowing people to add him as a friend, and he's allowing people to follow him. Very good. So we've done with this switcher. Then we're going to the function where we will update our user. let's say when you're going to edit your profile and you decided, okay, I became so popular and so many people are trying to add me as a friend, let me restrict it. Okay, so then in update user function, oops. Okay, so I'll search update user function, that is the one. In here we'll make some minor changes. Okay, so first here the only stuff which we can add is email, first name, last name, birthday, gender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parameters we can change. So now we need to add more parameters. So what I will do is before ID, because ID is a conditional where we're selecting where user ID equals to certain number. So before ID here I will include a new parameters dollar symbol allow underscore friends comma and dollar symbol allow underscore follow. Very good. Then what here, don't forget to put comma. Then here after gender, before where, after gender and equals question mark, we'll put comma. Then we will write exactly the same name as here in the structure, the name of the column, allow underscore friends equals question mark, comma, then we've got allow follow, space allow underscore follow equals question mark. Very good. So then we don't put a comma, and then we have a conditional statement where ID equals so and so. Okay, great. So these are the 5 parameters which we were updating before: email, first name, last name, birthday, and gender. All of them are string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we've got allow friends and allow follow. It's very important, guys. Right before this last I, insert 2 more I, which states for the integer. These 2 more I's are stating for this allow friends and allow follow. All of these parameters are indicators. All of these are replaced by these variables. So first email is a string, then first name is a string, then last name is a string, birthday is a string, gender is the string, then allow friends is integer, then allow follow is integer, then ID is integer. So it means the last 3 integer, that is the one we need to, before ID, where we need to integrate allow friends, dollar symbol allow underscore friends, comma, then space dollar symbol allow follow comma. Okay, excellent. This is how we are inserting the variables. First we'll declare the statement. All of these question marks will be replaced depend on the type of the variables, string and integer. These are the variables which will replace all of these question marks. So email is first, so it will replace first question mark. First name is second, it will replace second question mark. Last name is third, it will replace third question mark. So this is how it works, guys. Okay, so with the update user we're done, and then we need to jump to another part, another logic. Okay, let's now close access.php. As we're done with this, let's go to the login.php page where we log in. Okay, so this is the page where step 1 we're checking is everything is passed information or not. In the same step we're converting received data to the variables. Then we establish connection. Then we select the user. If it is found, then we process login where the status is 200. That is the one. And then we throw back these information only. Okay, great. So this is information which called select user. I'll open this to show it for you. So that is select user function, which is in access.php. Here we've got the statement select everything from users where email equals to a certain email. Okay, let's have a look at the users. So it will select everything, guys, everything. Okay, let's see now here what we're doing. But what we're not returning everything. We're not returning back. We're not returning to the application, not everything. We're returning ID, email, first name, last name, birthday, gender, cover, AVA, and bio. Okay, so here we need to extend this by writing return under the key allow underscore friends, return the value, means $sample user, square brackets, then single quotation marks, allow friends. Okay, so you see here we're executing select user function based on the email, and we're assigning all the data which we have taken from the database to this one variable user. All the data is stored in this user variable. Okay, this function selects all the data related to the certain user's email ID. Okay, so here we are now inserting under the key allow friend, we're inserting the value which is stored under the key of the user's variable under the key allow friends. So here we're putting semicolon, then we're writing return square brackets and six single quotation marks allow underscore follow, then coming out from this single quotation marks square brackets equals user, then square brackets single quotation marks allow underscore follow, and semicolon at the end. Okay. Now, we'll have to do several times for different protocols. So copy the last two lines where we are also returning the switcher of the friends and follows. Okay, so we're done with the login PHP. Then we will go to register.php. So I'll close login and access.php. I don't need it anymore. So then I'll go to register.php. Here we have almost the same logic where we're receiving all the information, then we're establishing connection. We are trying to select the user to check if this user already registered or not. If it is registered, then we're not doing anything. If it is not registered, then we are inserting the user information. That one we will not change, because if we go to insert user, allow friends and allow follow, it's by default 1, so we don't need to pass any reference variables. But here, once we insert it, then we're returning it back. We're returning whatever we have inserted right away. Okay, so here we will also return allow friends and allow follow. These two details we're going to return as well. Okay, so that is done, guys. Then we're going to another one. So first scenario is login, second one is the register.php, third one will be update the user. Okay, so here I'm scrolling to the bottom. That is the case when we have updated the new user and we're inserting the information of the new user. Here we're updating the information, inserting new one. Then we want to select the new information of the user which we have just inserted. So here we're doing the same. We're returning these two values after we have updated the information. Yes, this is how it works. That is beautiful. Then what we need to do is whenever we will update the user, for example, whenever we'll update the user, here we'll have two switchers. We will have two switchers which we can switch on and off. Okay, so here in the update user, we must receive this information. Okay, right, look, whatever in this curly brackets, this is the block of the code which called functions body. Whatever in these round brackets, that one is, and that one, this is the information which we're receiving. So in these round brackets, I'll put or, and then I will check. Then we will check question mark, exclamation mark is set. Then in the round brackets, dollar symbol request, square brackets, then single quotation marks, allow underscore friends. So this is what we're receiving. We're coming out from the square brackets and quotation marks, and we're writing or exclamation mark is set. Then in the round brackets, dollar symbol underscore request, square brackets, single quotation marks, allow underscore follow. Then coming out from the square brackets, then round brackets, and that is the one. Okay, here we'll have to create a new variables, which will be allow underscore friends equals to HTML entities, and in the round brackets request square brackets quotation square brackets and quotation marks allow friends. This is what we have just now received here. That is the one. Semicolon here, then we're creating a new variable allow underscore follow equals to HTML entities, then here in the in the round brackets $symbol underscore request, then square brackets and quotation marks allow underscore follow and semicolon at the end. Then we will update our function, that is the one update user, which is the last stage. Update user, these are all parameters. Here we got allow friends and allow follow. In access.php we have updated this, and here we're putting just semicolon at the end. And that is the function where we've inserted two new parameters, allow friends and allow follow, here where we're inserting them. Okay, great. So we have done fetching the information from the server and sending the information to the server. So that is great, guys. Now we'll move to the front end. Let's go and do this.